Where's my card?
You are the action, baby.
Where's my card? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Built by Schultz YouTube channel. You're awfully close. We are going to do some breakdowns of our trucks. We've been talking about doing that for a couple videos now, and I figured might as well do it. We had it filmed originally, and I didn't like the video. As you know, we're still new to this, and I'm still learning, but we're going to get through it. So this is Project XJ11 on Instagram. It is a 95 Jeep Cherokee with a 4.0 inline 6. The story behind it is my dad had bought a Jeep like 7 years ago now, a little long ago. And I hated being a passenger. So I'm like, before the next King of the Hammers, I'm going to buy a Jeep. And we found this Jeep on Marketplace at dinner one night in Trona, California, which if you don't know that is, it's a little town just north of us. It's actually got a sulfur plant there, and it was an old lady that bought it brand new in '95 with her husband. They put all the miles on it, had a little lift on it and some off-road tires, but her husband unfortunately passed away, and she was moving across country to live with her daughter. So she was selling it, and when I picked up the Jeep, she cried, and I felt really bad, but I got a Jeep. So that's a little bit of the story behind it. It definitely looks, I had a picture right now what it looked like when I picked it up. It's not anywhere near what it is now. It definitely has come a long way, and I love it. It's awesome. It's probably the best purchase I've ever made. So, yeah, we're going to go through it just a little bit. We're going to start here at the front. First off, front bumper. Got to have a front bumper. It's from Inland Jeep. Sean at Inland Jeep hooked me up. He sells the center section already pre-made and everything, and then is gonna put wings on it if you want them. I ended up going with the tube wings. I liked a little bit more pre-runner style-esque of the truck, so I went with tube wings and a small tube stinger to hold my Baja design lights. Right on the bottom here, you can see he got me mounts for my anti-rock sway bar, and that's connected to a Super 30. Now, people are asking what a Super 30 is. It is a Dana 30 that is sleeved and chromoly axle shafts with a 1-ton steering, also from Sean at Inland Jeep. They're Yukon 456s with an ARB front air locker. I got heavy-duty ball joints in it from Apex, Timken wheel bearings, kind of the normal stuff you do to make it stronger. We'll walk around the side here. Now, the big thing that everybody sees is the front fenders. My dad's, they look the same. They're not the same. His are McNeil. Mine are McQueen. Mine are a little bit more bubbly. I'm going to go to the more square style. I like the more square style. But everybody loves the front glass on these things. Yeah, so up next we have our suspension. Now, it is a Metal Cloak front springs. They're 5.5 progressive. So progressive has a little pack up top, and then it gets stiffer as it goes down. That way, when I'm flexing it out, it's got a little bit longer spring so that it doesn't keep falling out of the pocket. One thing these XJs are known for are spring pop. People hate that. These get rid of it. I have no more spring pop because it stays in the pocket. I got some just standard Bilstein shocks on it. Smooth bodies, not anything special. Actually, my dad got those when he was getting his rebuilt, so I ended up just inheriting those because the ones on my truck were bad. The long arm is a Clayton long arm. Absolutely love it. Wouldn't go with anything else. And then, yeah, so wheels, tires. It's on a Method 15-inch wheel with a Falcon all-terrain 35-inch. Seems like the best package for what we do. We do a lot of road driving, a lot of off-roading. These seem to be by far the best tire we have ever put on them. I probably won't put anything else on them. They work really good. Now up top, we got our hood louvers from Rod Louvers. Definitely the big issue with these Jeeps is cooling. You got to make sure that you keep everything cool. So the hood louvers just add a little bit of more airflow through the front, up to the top, pull all that hot air out. Now that we're talking about cooling, we'll go back up to the... So I'm going to pop the hood so I can show you a little bit more of the cooling stuff that we've done. Like I said, the big thing is making sure that these Jeeps run cool with and without the AC. And we've got it down pretty much to a science now. Excuse the dirtiness, we do use our Jeeps. But it's got a Gates water pump and thermostat with a high flow housing. It's got a CSF radiator in it. I don't know if you can't really see that, but it's their big 3-core race radiator, so it holds a gallon more water. It's got a 98 electric fan, so a little bit stronger fan, and then a 98 Jeep Cherokee clutch fan. Yeah, K&N air tank. Banks header. They are ceramic coated to keep the heat out. Yeah, nothing too special in here. Just enough to keep it cool and keep it running good. We do have my S-Pod up in the corner for all my lights and doodads. But yeah, nothing too serious under here. Just and all the basics to keep everything running cool. The Banks header obviously is a good thing because if you have a Jeep XJ, you know the headers crack. Banks headers are by far the best. Keeps them from cracking. You no longer have an exhaust leak. But move over to the side.
Stop tapping.
That's like telling me not to breathe. Upgraded then to the newer year mirrors. The older year mirrors have a spring, so they sit there and they flop around and they're not very secure. So going to a 98 front or a mirror gets rid of all the flexiness and everything. Sliders are a homemade slider. They're a 2x6 that we cut and welded to the bottom of the Jeep. Still haven't fixed them from our last wheeling trip, so I'm gonna have to do that. But we'll open it up. We'll show a little bit of the interior. Like I said, it is dirty. We do use them. We're not posers. JK, guys. Got a PRP on a quick disconnect. So whenever I want to be extra secure, I pull the steering wheel out of it. Mob armor mounts for my phone, for the GoPro, for my iPad. Got glow shift gauges in there for our trans and water temp. If you have an XJ, the stock gauges are terrible, so we go with that. PRP seat. Had to make my own mounts. But yeah, just basic, nice and simple. Not over the top, nothing unneeded.
What color green is that?
What color green is what?
Green.
It's not green. It's you're colorblind. No roof rack on it yet. Gonna get that later. Rear bumper, we walk around to the back, is also from Inland Jeep. It is a work in progress. We haven't got both sides done. It will be a double swing tire carrier. So this tire will open up, and then I'll have a second swing that'll hold my jack and all my gas cans and everything on that side. That way it keeps all the weight off the swing itself. A lot of people have issues where the bearings give out or there's a bunch of play in the tire carrier with all that weight on there. So we thought we would just split them. That way I have 2 swings. That way also when we get to camp, I'll open that side, I'll open this side, and then I can have a spot for my cooker, and then I'll have a table on this side so I'm not having to pop open a table. We'll open the back. Like again, nothing super out there, just canyon cooler for all our drinks and everything. Got my ARB pump there in the corner for my lockers and then filling up tires. My roto pack is mounted here just right now, so that way I have gas with me. Looking down, that is a Rough Stuff tank skid that I painted red. With gotta have a tank skid, definitely. How much we drag it off stuff. We definitely need a tank skid. The rear leafs are from BDS with a rebuildable Curry Rock Jock shackle. Are they still Curry? I think they're still Curry, right? Rock Jock? I don't know. They got a Rock Jock shackle. But yeah, nothing too serious.
What happened here?
So a Toyota guy got impatient.
Wait. What did this Jeep have before you got it?
The same scratch. You can actually see it. It's back here. So I put doors on it because I wanted to get rid of the body damage. I wanted it to be clean. And then our first time on Rubicon, I put the doors on a week before we left for Rubicon. Day one of Rubicon, I had a Toyota guy pretty much crawling over me to get past me. So I moved over, not paying attention, and moved over into a rock. And hit the door again.
What happened there?
You'll see that in an upcoming video. This is year 2 Rubicon. Year 1, year 2. I like to hit the passenger side. I don't know why. That's just me. And then, obviously, the biggest thing on the entire Jeep that you have to do when you have a Jeep Cherokee.
Maintenance?
Frame stiffeners. Inland Jeep frame stiffeners. Full front to back. Full wrap. None of the cheap stuff. Because these are unibody. And I like to have my doors open and close when I flex this thing. So, but yeah. That's my Jeep. It's not anything special. But it gets the job done. I definitely have taken it everywhere. It goes anywhere. It definitely puts a lot of people to shame when they laugh at us when we roll up to John Bull and they're on JKs with 40s and we outwheel them. So I don't know why I have a hatred for JK guys.
Because they drive them like side-by-sides.
That's true. But yeah, that's my Jeep. We're going to get swapped over and show you my dad's.
Hi. I'm John Schultz. This is my 92 Jeep Cherokee XJ. I bought this from Inland Jeep as basically a project. This was my second Jeep. I had an 89 before. We wore it out. It had some other issues. So I basically took everything off the 89 because it was basically fresh and put it on this 92. I've done everything to this Jeep. I've touched everything on this Jeep. I've replaced everything on this Jeep. It used to be black. It had a lot of Mickey Mouse tinkering stuff in it, and I got rid of all that. Started fresh. The interior was tan, and now it's gray. So yeah, basically I have taken and replaced the grill with a later model grill. This came off in '99 from a wrecking yard. I love going to wrecking yards and finding stuff. Front bumper with a Tough Stuff winch. Baja Designs, lights, Factor 55 fair lead, and a hook. It has rigid lights in it. It has a Super 30, which is a 30 that's sleeved, trussed, has all the heavy duty brackets on it, crawling axles, Inland Jeep 1-ton steering, PSC, hydro assist, Clayton long arm kit. It has the Curry the anti-rock sway bar on it, which is probably one of the best things I've ever did. I got tired of getting to trail and have to disconnect my sway bar. Throw these on, never worry about it. Go do good, great down the road. They wheel phenomenally off-road. It's a great thing to do. I did do the McQueen fenders with this. Oh, sorry. Jonathan's got the McQueen. These are the McNeil fiberglass 6-inch wide fenders. And the reason why I went with these is I get tired of all the mud from my tires going up in the windshield. This is a great way of keeping the mud and debris off of the front of the truck, especially up in Big Bear where we wheel a lot. I know a lot of CHP officers don't like when your wheels stick out, and so this is a good way of going around that. They are fiberglass, so if you do hit something with them, which I've had, you go get a fiberglass kit and just replace it. Yes, Jonathan, you have a question. You're dying to ask me.
Why is your Jeep half matte and half gloss?
When I bought my '89 Jeep, it was primer gray, and I really liked the gray. And I told myself I was never going to paint it. The problem is with primer is that every time you touch it, it stains. So I ended up going to Home Depot, getting some Krylon paint, and painted it Krylon gray, which is great. And it's over time with any of that paint, it does fade. So with this Jeep here, this Jeep was black, and I hated the black. I painted it the Krylon gray, the smoke gray, and then I got the 2-part flat gray and painted it with the flat gray to matte it out to make it look a little different than everybody else. Well, this last year or so, I got tired of looking at the matte gray and went and got some of that stuff from it's like poppy wipe-on clear stuff. And so I put it on, I wiped it off, and it dries really quick, and it kind of gave me this look here. So what that did is told me that I kind of like the gloss, so I'm gonna sand all this down, and I have 2-part clear that I'm gonna paint the whole thing in clear. But from wheeling, you can see the scratches. We don't baby things, we drive through bushes, we bounce them off rocks. So I'm going to sand it down, touch up some spots, and do the gloss on it because I like it. Coming to the front, we have our rod louvers. Back when I ordered the rod louvers, he was taking orders to make them extra long, which I don't believe he does now. So I got the extra long rod louvers. For the price, you can't beat them. He's super inexpensive, keeps all the heat from coming out, or gets the heat coming out the top. It's great. I have my Baja Designs pods here, my pros. They work great for my sides. I have the yellow covers front and rear for dust. And those come off really easy. Going down to the front suspension, I have the Metal Cloak springs in the front with the what do you call it? Progressive spring. So when you're flexing it out, the springs stay in the pocket. I have Fox 2.0s that I had revalved from Specialized. DC Shock Service out of San Dimas. They did a great job on those. Again, it's full frame stiffeners from front to back, wrapped around from Inland Jeep. Then we have our homemade 2x6 rock sliders. Underneath we have the Clayton long arm kit. And then our drive shafts are from Adams, front and rear. My exhaust is from MagnaFlow. The Clayton long arm kit has been awesome. I did stretch the front out about 1.5 inches. I have steel braided brake lines, all that stuff in the front. I'm an RC guy, so I kind of treat it like an RC guy. I spend way too much time and money on this. I did go with the later model mirrors, get rid of the springy mirrors. I was going to change the doors out to the one-piece windows. I bought them and actually gave them to Jonathan to put on his Jeep. That's an upcoming video we're going to do. And the reason why I'm not changing these doors out because I have XJ 5.0, which is a green, don't show it, complete stock, 2000, super clean. AC works great. That's project number 3 or whatever. As we walk around, we have the sliders, we have Deaver springs, Fox shocks. The Deaver springs, game changer. I was going to link this truck or this Jeep, and for a while I'm like, I'm just going to change the springs on it because I got tired of bending cheap springs. So I put the Deavers on it and haven't looked back. They ride great, they flex great. When we camp, I have a roof tent. If I want to, we fill it up full of whatever, and we will. And this thing works great. Going to the inside, like I said before, the interior in this was gray. I ripped everything out, replaced everything with, or it was tan before. It was peanut butter, but now it's gray. Changed carpet in it. Rock hard cage, PRP seats. I have my Mob Armor mounts for my iPad, my phones. I have my rugged radio on top, my G1. I have my handheld rugged down there in the center console. I have my S-Pod down below, my gauges right there. I do get one of those mirrors with the backup camera, and as soon as I bought it, they came out with the front camera, and I wish I would have waited, but that thing's been great for backing up, because with a Jeep with a tire carrier, you can't see anything. Very simple. I try to keep it as clean as possible. The PRP seats were absolutely a game changer. We had to make our own brackets. We had to self-clearance the tunnel a little bit, which there's plenty of room to self-clearance. I don't know where I got these cup holders, but the cup holders are great. And then I got these handles from Bartech all the way around, which work really, really well. Got a top upper rack we use for, it's a Smittybilt rack, which is the only one that I ever found that has a drop down to make it as low as possible with the low mounts. That's from my G1. I got these side pods here for side lighting at night, which we used, and they work great. Of course, the wheels and tire package. I have Falcon 35s. You can tell we definitely use them. Those are my Monster Raceline B-locks, which I just put them on, and Jonathan got my methods. JCR armor, which you can tell we do use, upper and lower. I'm eventually going to go with an inland Jeep bumper. I just haven't got that far. Actually, with this Jeep, I'm not. This Jeep's going to stay the way it is. I'm going to put the new bumpers on the other one. Underneath, I have a Dana 44 axle. Same thing, Fox 2.0 bypasses. That's front and rear, ARB, lockers, Yukon gears. This is a Genrite, what is it, a 32 gallon fuel cell with the armor on it. So I stop at every other gas station, not every gas station. Both front and rear axles are chromoly axles, front and rear disc brakes. Got my Rotopack, gas can. Now back here, this changes a lot. I have a bolt pattern here. I have a table that comes down when we're doing camping. I have a bolt pattern up here, which my propane tank goes. I did run a CB for a while. I found out it was just a waste of time. Nobody runs CBs anymore. The back of my Jeep, I try to keep it as clean as possible. I have all my recovery stuff here. I have my parts, belts, hoses, fittings, nuts, bolts, all that stuff in this one here. Of course, you can't beat a good cheap tool set to have. My son got these from Snap-on for Christmas. These are the best things ever. If you're ever night wheeling, even if you're just out walking around, these are great. And then I got my quick connect fire extinguisher. I got my XP20 here for this thing. I think charges more phones than starts cars.
and we have found out it will start a semi truck.
Yeah,
once.
Over here, I got my twin ARBs. I put switches in here for them. I got a switch here for my lights for at night, my LEDs, and then I have USB and cigarette lighter stuff for. We just ended up with getting a electric refrigerator for our bigger trips, and that thing works great. Actually, we have to turn it down because it actually freezes everything. So yeah, very clean, very simple. All my sponsors are all the people that help me out. Yeah, places we've gone: Cerro Gordo, Utah, Big Bear, Randsburg. We've been all over the place with this thing. Arizona. Again, JCR sliders. I have used these. Knock on wood, I have not broke a window out yet, but this is my Tough Stuff shade. This thing's been great. We've been in Moab. We've been places where there's no shade at all. We've popped that thing out, able to eat breakfast or lunch or dinner or whatever and relax, and it goes in and out pretty quick. Tough Stuff. Of course, you can see I've bounced off trees a few times and side of walls and stuff, and it never had a problem. Of course, you know, my princess side, my wife's side here, all the trails we've done with the Jeep Badge of Honor. If you guys were looking for badges for Jeep, you have a Jeep, sign up. It's free. They send you those when you do a trail. It's pretty rad. I have a small inverter down here to do miscellaneous stuff. Again, PRP seats. Wrapping around. I'm going to pop the hood real quick. Now, seems like I spend more time underneath this than I do anything else. Underneath here, I have my Bantam S-Pod, of course. I keep this to keep some of the heat off of it. I don't know why, I just do. Canon air filter, I've wrapped it to keep heat out of it. I have specialized coating. I had coat the intake and the exhaust, Banks header, of course PSC, power steering, Mishimoto hoses, Mishimoto radiator, which I have the other radiator that Jonathan has, but this one works fine. I'm going to keep that other radiator for the other Jeep. Now this, the motor I got with this was a motor that came from a motor manufacturer that is very well known in the industry. The guy that owned this before bought one of those because, you know, it comes with a warranty and all that. He had maybe 20,000 miles on the motor. I got the Jeep, I drove it. I think our first trip out, coming back from Calico, blew a hole in the piston. No idea why. Pulled that motor out, had a motor rebuilt, spent a lot of money on it. The guy flaked on me. And stupid me, give him all the money in the world to do everything to it, and just got fed up and bought a used TJ motor from Sean Inland Jeep. Took the motor, flipped it upside down, replaced the rod bearings, rod bearings, crank bearings, put everything new back in the bottom, flipped it back over, got a brand new rebuilt head, put a Gates water pump in it, Gates thermostat, high flow thermostat housing. Went with pretty much stock everything on the motor. I just didn't want to have issues with any of the performance stuff. AC works great, heater works great. I have a Big throttle body on this. It's a ported throttle body. Of course, all my fuel lines and everything, I have it all heat protected to keep the heat off of it. I've never had a problem with it heat soaking, but I'm not going to take the chance because we do wheel Death Valley. We do a bunch of other stuff. I have a brushless fan here that I'm not going to talk too much about because it's something we're coming out with in the future. I have a late model clutch fan on this. All Mishimoto radiators. What else do I have done to this? I've done everything to this thing. Runs great. This is where I put all my random stickers. Specialized Coating is the one that did all the coating, yes. But yeah, it's a great Jeep. It works real well. I've lived places that people say that I can't do, and I do it with ease. I do have a GPS puck up here that you can buy. It's for airplanes, but it goes off of satellites. So my iPad always has signal. So where I go, I use Onyx. Me and Jonathan both use Onyx, so I can download my maps and follow and do all that stuff. You can tell we've hit trees. We've done some stuff. But that's the majority of this Jeep. I'm sure there's a lot that I'm missing, but it's been a great Jeep. I'm an XJ lover. I think as long as you take care of them, you do maintenance, they'll last. And anytime you take something off road, they're going to wear out. No matter if it's a brand new side-by-side or it's a 70-year-old vehicle, you have to do maintenance. And I strive on that. But yeah, that's my 92 Jeep XJ.
Well, this is our Jeeps. We've put a lot of time into them to get them where they're at now.
Start over.
It's nowhere even over. It's not even close to being over. It's hot today. I don't know if you guys noticed. So, yeah. First off, we didn't do this alone. We have a lot of absolutely awesome sponsors that have helped us to get them where they're at. First off,
your mom.
That's your sponsor.
No, she feeds you. She takes care of you.
Our mom.
She makes sure that
she puts up with all of our stupid purchases, and she never complains. She's along for the ride.
Oh, but she's learning now. Now she sees something she wants.
She gets it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
No.
cool.
What she does is she goes, "Hey, if I buy half, you buy half," and usually it works. That's how we got the shower. That's how we got the cooler. That's how we got a lot of stuff.
So, yeah, for our mom, she's awesome.
Your
Second,
mom, my wife.
Sean and Inland Jeep.
Yeah.
From the very beginning, he gave me my first job, took me under his wing and showed me a bunch of stuff there, and then every step of the way, no matter what, it could be midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and he's got his guy at the shop helping us put a bumper on or something, or any questions we have. Sean at Inland Jeep, if you guys need anything or everything, he is the person to call.
Not just Jeep, he does some other stuff there too, and it doesn't have to be an XJ. It could be anything. Sean, I met Sean 10 years ago when I first bought my Jeep, somewhere in there, I don't know. And he was always there with knowledge. And
not just telling you that you're doing wrong, explain to you why this is what we do. He's done it from the beginning, so he's not going to just tell you, oh, no, you got to do this. If you ask him, hey, I want to do this, he's going to give you options and tell you why you should go with this one and why you should stay away from other things.
He's not trying to upsell you. He's trying to make it so you don't have to go back to fix it later. And I've learned that a lot with not just Jeeps, with anything.
Do it once.
Do it once. If you saved up for something, save up a little bit more for the thing that you really want or the higher quality. It's just going to pan out in the long run. Like the Clayton long arm. I had a cheaper set on my Jeep at the beginning. Sean always told me to do the Clayton, and the other set wore out. I had some issues with it. I went to Clayton, haven't looked back. Me and Jonathan both run Clayton.
So, yeah, Sean, he's in Rialto. Call him if you need to. Even if you're anywhere in the world, he'll answer you.
Yep.
His number is 909-346-6387. 6328. It's Sean at Inland Jeep. You might get Louis, but he knows a lot as well. But hands down, the best Jeep shop in the world. He has helped me from start to finish. He's helped him start to finish. He's always, making sure that we have what we need in a timely manner. His welder, you guys have seen my bumper, front and rear. His welder, hands down, has to be. He's an artist. He is amazing. Clinton at Inland Jeep is awesome. So if you guys need anything for your Jeeps at all, even if it's just getting parts for it, Inland Jeep, go to him. You'll never have any issues with him.
From re-gearing to installing stuff to
he does
full-on custom builds front to rear, which he does.
Yeah, he does, everything. LS swaps and older CJs he's done. You go to his shop and see what he does. It's impressive.
Yeah,
he does everything in-house, so it's awesome what he does.
Yeah, Sean's a good dude.
Second, Rich at MagnaFlow. That guy is awesome as well.
Brilliant. He knows so much about
everything. You can call him and say, hey, I need a catalytic converter for this car, and he can tell you off the top of his head, this is what you need.
He'll wrap off numbers off the top of his head, and it's like.
And when I tell you, from everything from our Jeeps to our cars to our truck to the motorhome, if he made motorcycle exhaust, I would put his exhaust on everything I own.
MagnaFlow's been a good partner for us.
He is just awesome. We've Jeeped with him a bunch. Just an awesome dude. He's if you guys have followed the MagnaFlow page, you've seen his JK, you've seen his Gladiator, you've seen all the stuff he builds. He's an amazing welder. Rich at MagnaFlow, thank you very much for everything you've done for us. It's amazing.
Now, Falcon Tire, I knew Mark Richter, which doesn't work at Falcon anymore, but Mark Richter has always been a great supporter, and we're still good friends. I want to thank Falcon Tires for the tires that are on our Jeeps. I put Falcons on my rigs years and years ago, and I've never changed anything else. I've done everything from snow wheeling to Rubicon and to driving down the highway. They're quiet. They work real good quality, great traction.
Just amazing.
They're amazing tire.
And it's just like MagnaFlow. Every single one of our vehicles from start to finish, from, our motorhome has Falcons on it. Our Jeeps have Falcons on it. Our cars have Falcons on it. It's just like what we said with Sean. It's quality first. You want good stuff, and Falcon by far has the best tires.
I had a brand whatever on my green Jeep when I bought it on 33s, and man, those tires are hard and loud and obnoxious, and I took those off, put stock tires on it. So, but yes, who else do we need to thank?
Josh at S-Pod and
Josh at S-Pod, Baja Designs. I've known Josh for a long time. He's been a great friend. He's also an RC guy. He helped us get the setup that we have in our Jeeps right now. Jonathan is running the old setup that I had on my 89 on his Jeep, which works great. He talked me into getting these lights here. I can't remember the model, something 70. But those
80s.
Oh, those are 80s?
Yeah, they're the X Series 80s.
XL
80s.
Those things, hands down, probably one of the best lights I've ever had on my Jeep. They light up everything from day. He was behind me. I had to tell him to turn off because I couldn't see nothing. I run S-Pod and Baja Designs on both of our Jeeps here. They're great setup.
Yeah, I mean, those are really the four that have really helped us out. I mean, like Sean by far, Rich, Josh at S-Pod, Mark Richter. He's no longer with Falcon, but when he was with Falcon, even to this day, Falcon has taken care of us.
And he still says Falcon's a great tire. And
yeah, I mean, it's we didn't do it alone, but we definitely did. we had to do it right.
And hopefully through our journey with this whole YouTube channel, which we're still learning, we'll show you some of the stuff that we found out that people say was good, and it never was really good. So, not that it was bad, it just wasn't good for our application. So yeah, hopefully through our YouTube channel, you'll see we're not perfect. We're gonna make mistakes along the way, but this is what we've gotten so far through our journey.
Yeah, and some, they didn't do anything for us, but they're just great. Clayton Longarm, BDS Leafs. He run Deaver Springs, Metal Cloak.
I paid full price for all that.
Yeah,
those guys.
and I would do it again.
I would absolutely do it again.
Absolutely do it again.
The Banks header, the K&N air filter, all that stuff.
K&N.
Hey, why do you have a snorkel in your Jeep when you have a K&N air filter?
Because, I want to look cool.
You want to talk about my paint? I'm going to talk about your snorkel.
That's fine. Apex ball joint or Apex suspension, BDS springs, Deaver, Clayton.
And we have the same basically on both Jeeps.
I mean, everything that I have on my Jeep, I would 100% pay for full price, which I did a lot of it, but we did get help on a lot of stuff. But yeah, these aren't done. Well, his is done.
This one's done. The only reason why it's done is because I have 5.0 in the backyard.
Yeah.
So all the money that I was going to put in this Jeep is going to go to 5.0. If I was going to keep this Jeep, I do have a Super 30 that's trussed and sleeved and all that stuff. I would probably go 44 in the rear. But
in the front.
In the front, excuse me, 44. I already have 44 in the rear. 44 in the front, but because I have a 44 truss in the rear. But for what we do, we wheel them pretty hard, but we don't beat on them, if that makes sense. We're not on throttle bouncing them off rocks and that kind of stuff. If we can help it, I like to crawl
drive
stuff.
My truck home.
Yeah, we have to drive our stuff home, and we pretty much drive them everywhere except for some of the bigger trips like Rubicon. I'll trailer because we have a place to sleep. Yeah, it's going to be a good journey. Hopefully, you guys can follow and enjoy us. Please comment below what you guys want to see and what you want to know more about our Jeeps. If you have any questions on why we went a certain direction, please leave a comment.
And post a picture of your rig.
Yeah.
And put a little comment what you got into it or what you actually, even better, post your rig and what you've done to it and then what you want to do to it. I love reading other people's builds and because it helps us learn a little bit like, oh, he went with this and I've been wanting to try it and he's been using it, so we might want to try it too. But
follow Jonathan where?
My Jeep page is Project XJ11, Project _XJ_11 on Instagram. You can see all my progress builds from start to where it's at now. Can't say finished because it's not even close to being finished.
I am XJ Shizzle 2.5.
Soon to be 12.0.
It's going to be 5.0.
It's going to keep going up.
XJ Shizzle 2.5. That's on Instagram. And then you can follow us both.
Yeah, we are at Built by Schultz.
Built by Schultz.
So
that's all together.
That's a little bit of everything.
That's there. Yeah, that's going to be other people's rigs. You'll see Casey's rig. You're going to see our rigs. You're going to see places we've gone. That's Built by Schultz. And then, of course, our YouTube channel. And you guys are watching now, so we don't even need to tell you how to get there. Just kind of click on that subscribe and like and follow. And hopefully you guys can come with us on our path, our journeys, our places to go. I know in the future we're planning on doing Rubicon, as well as soon as it cools down, I want to go back to Calico. Calico's a really fun trip.
Yeah, and then we're got a little something in the works. We're gonna do a Built by Schultz wheel day. We have gone to we actually might start at just Built by Schultz Jeepers and coffee. Might just have a little meetup spot and hang out and maybe do a couple awards, maybe coolest Jeep or something like that. But we love this because of the community, and we need to get our community to meet up and with other people's community and build this community. So we
might do something different and meet somewhere where you have to wheel to.
Yeah, maybe
no mall crawlers.
Dang, that cuts the XJ or JK guys out. But yeah,
sorry, G picks on the JK guys.
I don't know why I hate you guys. I don't.
You don't. We have lots of friends that have JKs, JLs.
I think it's because when we were building our Jeeps, everybody would bag on us that we're building XJs, and most of the guys that bagged on us were JK guys. And when I'm building my Jeep and I'm showing them pictures of it on 31s, and I just got it, and they're like, "Oh, that's cute. I got 40s," and I always say, "Well, 40s are really for people that don't know how to drive," and I think that's where it stems from, just getting laughed at. But and then we go wheeling with them, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I want to build a Jeep or an XJ now." So we turn them. But
I showed up at this event one time in Big Bear. It's a big event, and I showed up at John Bull. I didn't even know what was going on, and there's probably 20 JKs, JLs in front of us. They're on 37s of 42s. They're getting stuck left and right at the gatekeeper on John Bull, and I'm pulling up and people are heckling me because I'm driving my XJ on 35s, and I go right up to the gatekeeper and walked right up it like it was nothing, and I eventually passing all those guys because they couldn't drive.
Which, if you guys have heard,
Which is funny because it's all about this and a little bit of brake and using your
zigging when
noggin.
you're supposed to zag, and
So,
but yeah. Well, unfortunately, if you guys have, if you've heard, we have lost John Bull
well, until September they
until
said.
September.
So
Which it sucks because that trail is beautiful to drive through all the trees and everything. So
now it's all burnt, which
sucks. But
it will be a night trail.
this is long enough. This has been way too long, I think.
You're the one talking.
That's true. But all right, guys. Thank you for everybody that has watched and liked and subscribed. I know it's not the most polished YouTube channel you've ever watched, but
This is only number 4, so
we're gonna get better.
It'll
We
get
got
better.
GoPros now. We have an Insta360 now.
I have a daytime job. He has a daytime
Yeah,
job.
we're
Buying. I think he just bought another new GoPro.
We're learning.
We're learning. We're getting some stuff. My wife just bought a 360, which we have 27 hours of a certain trail that you have to go through.
I told her just film short videos with it, and then come to find out she had her arm stuck out the entire window. Filmed the entire 4 days we were there. So, but that's enough. We've talked too much.
Thank you guys very
Thank
much.
you guys very much.
Keep the rubber side down.
And we'll see you next time.